I believe that one of the greatest attacks against the church has been happening, and our attention has been diverted. We haven't even been recognizing now the devil, you understand, is subtle. I mean, he doesn't come into a person's life in a red suit and a pitchfork and jump up and down and say, "Hey, I'm the devil, you need to do this." He's a little more subtle than that. And so I want you to notice what's happened. All you have to do is look in the news every day and you see this happening, but it's very likely you haven't applied it here because we're so worried about other things. And that is the pandemic that is going on right now worldwide. Now, is the pandemic that's happening, is the virus that's going on, is that real? Yes, it's real. Has it also been politicized? Yes, it certainly has been politicized. That doesn't mean it's not real. It just means that people are using that, taking advantage of it to use it for their own agenda. I'm not getting into that this morning. But what has happened is this, if you will notice. One of the side effects, and I'm not talking about disease, I'm not talking about sickness, but one of the side effects with this, it has caused isolation. Now then, that's what we're applying to the church. If you can get members of the body of Christ to separate, then they're not going to operate as efficiently and as effectively as the body of Christ is designed to operate. The Apostle Paul warns here in Hebrews 10:25, do not forsake the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another. You know what that means? Edifying, building people up, as you see the day approaching. What has happened in the body of Christ is this. Pandemic hit, everybody's isolated. We have a tool that we're able to use to still enable us to get the Word into people's lives. Wonderful thing. But now then, what has happened is, as things have kind of relaxed a little bit, people have gotten in a habit of staying home. Our own church people called it this when it first started. I thought it was great. They go to pajama church. Just a lot of fun to be able to sit at home in your pajamas, fix you a nice soft drink, maybe a snack, because Lord knows you're going to get hungry during the sermon, so you got to get something to eat. Hadn't got to get fixed up, and you can just sit there and watch. And we get through, and you think, that Pastor Seymour, I tell you what, he said some things this morning I didn't even know was in the Bible. He really is good. Okay, now what do you want to do? And then they go do whatever it is they want to do. Now that was wonderful to be able to do that for a season. But I want you to listen to me very carefully. Get back in church. Get back in church. What you don't realize is your relationship with your church is a symbiotic relationship. Now, it has been a long time since I've had biology, microbiology, and biochem. As a matter of fact, most of my studies with organic chemistry I had to do by candlelight in the evening. It's that long ago. A symbiotic relationship is a relationship between, I'm using it in our context, in our setting, not in the biological sense. A symbiotic relationship is a relationship between people or groups of people that have mutual benefit. Down in the South, we could say it this way: what's good for the goose is good for the gander. It's a symbiotic relationship. The opposite of a symbiotic relationship is a parasitic relationship. A parasitic relationship is only good for the parasite, not the host. It draws nutrition, some cases the life, out of the host to feed the parasite. The Bible actually refers to this over in the book of Proverbs and calls them leeches. Now, I have several examples. I understand that there are some of you that the reason that you isolated was because you have elderly people whose immune systems may be compromised. I understand that. But were you at the football game Friday night? Well, yeah, we had to go to the football game. Our son plays. Oh, I see. So it's okay for you to go to a stadium full of people. But when it comes to church, you have to isolate because you have somebody you need to take care of. Do you go to the grocery store? How about the bank? Do you go to work? If you can go to the grocery store, if you can go to a football game, if you can go to the bank inside, then you can go to church.